Good night, Shri. Tonight, our topic is how video adds visibility to your brand. Video is something that I tell everyone to be on because it's basically you coming out of that curtain and showcasing yourself. People getting to know your name, people getting to know your brand, they getting to know your business where they may not have known before. So I would recommend everyone get on video. What do you say, Sri?
I say, why don't we ask anybody who's watching the live or watching the replay? Ask, the question I have is how much, what percentage of do you retain by watching video? So think about all the TikTok videos you watch, all the YouTube videos. How much are you retaining of that information? And you'll be surprised at what it is. It's about 90 to 95% of what we consume with video
Mhm.
we retain. What's up, Ingor? So imagine that for your business. How much money are you leaving on the table because you're not using video? What's up,
Yeah.
Jack? What's up, Shalini? So wonderful to see all of you. Hello,
Hey, Makaya.
Micah.
That's a good night to you.
So I'm taking over your show, Antonio.
Awesomeness. So I would just share a short story about me with video. I remember that video to me was the worst thing. I could not even go on camera because I was so nervous. It was like I took about 10, 20 minutes to do one video. And
Mm.
my background, my camera quality, it was poor. I am speaking like a robot. It was, I always say that it's always good to start because you might start, you don't know what you're doing, but at the end of the day, when it is you're in it, you will get better. And now I feel more confident. I have a better quality in terms of my video. And you're just flowing. It takes me like 2 or 3 minutes to make a 1 minute video now compared to back then when it was like 10, 20 minutes because you're always thinking that this video not good, something wrong, maybe you're sweating. So you always want to go back and do the video, go back and do the video. But at any day, Tony Roberts said it best. What you practice in private is what you'll be rewarded for in public. And I practice, and now I feel more confident and everything is everything. What about you, Shri?
I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Sabina. She's in the audience. And hello, Kenny. And yes, I would say this video has opened so many doors. It was not easy. I was actually writing my post for today that I didn't post yet, but it was the self doubt, the fear that comes because you're
Mhm.
showing up on video. Maybe some of you are here today and can relate to that. And at that time, like Antonio, I would do video. I didn't even have a choice. Why? Because I had to show up for my guests. I had to do that live. I had booked them. Take that now to today and you have your business. So every time that you are able to, and I'm going to tie it back to video, just follow along with me.
Yeah.
When you're facing your fear, you're facing that doubt. It comes more in because you're in front of a camera, that's what you're seeing, that reflection of whatever it is. It could be, well, I've gotten so many no's this month. Does anybody even care what I have to say? Or the story of somebody telling you that you're not good enough. And when you get in front of the camera, then you're saying these things because that's what you're seeing. You're seeing your reflection.
Mhm.
So I would say to, in my post, which eventually I will post, sometimes you have to take a step back and say, okay, well, how much progress have I made? Let me share that. Let me at least make that video and say, hey, I've done this. I've been able to do this. Um, Talk about the wins. Because I did video, I was able to connect with 20 new people that I never thought I would ever get to connect with. And when you do these types of flips, Now your recording goes from, okay, it's taking me 10 minutes to record this one video. Now it's taking me less time because I'm getting comfortable to talk about the
Mhm.
things that are hard for me to say, because it's easy to just be like, well, I have nothing, nobody's going to care with what I have to say because so far nobody's cared to hear me out, or nobody's cared to book a call with me. But that's not the case. Think about how many calls did you have that month. Think about how many people you connected because you put yourself out there, and especially with video. I mean, 81% increase in revenue because of video has been added to your strategy. Why wouldn't you want to add video? That's the question I have for anybody who's watching right now. Hey, Lygia. I mean, anybody who's watching the replay, you have to ask yourself, why wouldn't you add video?
Mhm. And the thing about it, I will answer that question, and I would like to hear in the comment section what people have to say about it. But one word: shy. People are just shy to go on camera because they maybe don't have the right makeup set. Their hair in a mess. They think that their voice are not good enough to be on video. All kind of different reasons.
Mm,
Men just be shy. Men don't have a good haircut. They maybe find that who would um, who would basically want to hear them, these kinds of things. So it's so many challenges that people are facing with coming on video. And it's something that we have to stop because procrastination is something that will be a detriment to our success as individuals. And we on the LinkedIn platform for professional development to sometimes even to transition from one job to the next. And video, I would tell anyone, go on it, don't be shy because it has so much opportunities. What other better method you could get than going on video where you could show people exactly what products that you have, what services that you provide. They're getting a feel of you because people buy from people, most
mhm.
importantly. So you want to be relatable, you don't want to be a robot.
I agree. I agree. I mean, for some, it's easy to show up on a text post. But for me, it's been a few days since I've posted, and I prefer to do a video. And here we are. The I
Mhm.
couldn't even get my one written caption out in time for this live, and this is what I have. But that just shows you how comfortable, despite that, how I feel on the inside, I'm still here. And even if one person hears my story and relates to it, that's all that matters. So I hope this helps somebody who's watching how video can turn into a connection. Like, this is emotion, right? It is hard. You've I've been facing some things that I I'm trying,
Mhm.
but it's so much easier for me to do it in video. While I know for some, it's like you said, it's being shy, or again, I don't want to share that I've been struggling like this. And they're going to feel and see that I might be crying, or they'll feel that I'm not the same energy. But it's not like this all the time. So if you're thinking about, oh, what are people going to think? I've actually put that to the side and said, you know what? I don't really care, because I always remember this. Sometimes we're not making the video for that person, thinking that that other person, whoever it is, it's really you're making it for yourself. And I will have to hear this message 3 days from now, 10 weeks from now, because it'll remind me, like, hey, I was in a funk and I still
Mhm.
showed up. I still was here. So,
Correct.
what is stopping me again from showing up? So, I want to
Well,
ask you, what is a tip that we can share, that you can share with those who are on here? What is one way to help somebody with getting in front of the camera?
one way is going before the mirror and thinking the mirror is your camera and speaking into the mirror and keep on practicing that numerous times for the day for approximately, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks. and then take your camera phone now and go on camera and have a conversation.
Mm, I love that. I'd mentioned this tip, but I would also say get out that phone if you're here right now. And I'm gonna do it on live and I'm gonna say something to myself and I'm actually doing it. It's on video. And I'm going to remind myself of how wonderful I am. Shri, you are wonderful. You have the ability to show up on camera despite what you're feeling and still have a great attitude and smile because you know at the end of the day, that's what matters. And so this video is now here for me. So if I ever have a moment, I'll go back and listen to that message because, again, sometimes these videos are not for anybody else, they're for you. So hopefully that will help you, whoever is watching. Hey, Florence, Lydia, that if you're struggling with doing your video, just do a couple videos of what did you eat? What do you love about yourself? You have to find one thing you love about yourself and then share it in a video. And if you have the confidence, share it with a friend. If you would like, you can share it with me because I would love to be able to share some insight with you to help you get better.
Awesome. And a great feature of video, or a benefit I should say, is that you could educate and inform individuals what other better way that you could go being on video and educate and inform your audience, and they are seeing you. And when it is that they get this great information, they're seeing you because people are visual. We love to view. So when you do this, people will buy into you because, as I rightfully said, people buy from people. So educate, inform on video, and you could be selling your services, your products on video. And we don't need to necessarily go from one country to the next. You could do a virtual presentation with your products, your service, and you could give a great offer where that they may not see the product because it's not tangible in their face, right? But they could offer a great deal where if it is that you don't like the product after a certain number of days, you could get a refund or if the product is faulty. But the whole idea is that you can do so much with video that you could virtually sell. And this pandemic fast track us to show us that video is the way. So who are going back prior to COVID-19? You have to wonder if it is that you will go back to those old ways. We have to generate new ideas, new methods of doing business, and video is the best way.
Mm-hmm. We can state facts all day long, but the real question is that I've heard people say, "Well, I don't have time. I don't see video being necessary for for what I'm doing." Let me ask you this: how many of you watch some, let's just say Oprah Winfrey? If she does a video, don't you think that at least 500,000 or 1 million people will see that video? Yes or no? And I know, and I'm going a little bit outside.
Mhm.
But what I'm trying to say is maybe your video may reach that many people, or your video could touch just a small group of people because the messaging that you shared, it was to the point and you were able to get it out and now people are talking to you. So if you're saying, well, I don't have time, you have 10 things that you can talk about, 5 things in your business, 5 things that people talk to you about or ask you questions on. You could turn them into a video. If you find that in a week you have pockets of time, like 1 hour here to 30 minutes there, you could do 2 videos in the 30-minute section. You can do maybe 6 videos in the hour because if you come prepared, you're not going to be sitting there thinking about what do I got to say? What do I got to say? You'll have it there. You have your topics, you do the videos, and that's it. Sometimes, what helps you with your creativity? For me, it's cooking. For me, it's making some dish I've never made before, or taking something and creating something that I love. And then before I know it, I have the video idea. I actually research it, tape it, and edit all in 5 minutes. Why? Because I'm in that state of mind. So I ask you, what's going to get you in that state of mind? What are you going to do? You have a month that you can look at, or you can look at your week, look at the times where you have pockets, make it a focused time, get it done.
Definitely. And I would like to say live video, right? Like what we're doing right now. It's awesome because it's in real time, and then it giving the viewers a more personal, direct view of us. So in this live video, if you make mistakes, if you don't make mistakes, you be in your authentic self. But we are human beings, so we tend to make mistakes. But it's just to show people how credible, trustworthy you are, you being yourself, authentic as possible. And I think people appreciate that more than anything else than a pre-recorded video. And then after, what you have to take in consideration, we have webinars, we have product demos, all this is videos that you could showcase your skills. You have training seminars, you have courses that you could do video. So video is not just to say it's something basic. A video content could eventually, as it going, every week you're putting out video content, and then doing lives. You could say, hey, Shri, let's do our own show. Because from video, you could branch off into so many different things. So you could create your own show going forward, and it could be something very big. So the whole idea is just to keep on practicing, practicing, practicing. It may not make perfect, but you will see an improvement. And that is what you want at the end of the day, to see that goals going forward, and you're putting realistic targets so it can be met. And when those realistic targets meet now, then after, you on your road to victory.
I agree. I mean, we could look at, let's say you do a live,
Hmm.
and let's say you take that live and you break out your, I did this on Instagram. One
Yeah.
week I did it where I went live every day for 6 days, and I was talking about how it is like to work with me in my 6 week coaching program. Then I did it a second time where I did it in 3 weeks. I showed up 2 times a week at the same time, but I had different topics, but it's all part of my 6 week coaching program.
Hmm.
Now, when I bring that to LinkedIn, the goal is to take that content and I can turn it into a course, which I can sell. It's the same thing for you. Whether you do, if you do a live, you could have it where you go live by yourself or you have a live guest. You could turn that live into a podcast. Or if
Correct.
you go live by yourself, like I did on Instagram, now I'm going to bring it to LinkedIn. I'm going to have, I won't go live for that long, up to 7 minutes. I can create a course from that. So don't think that I'm always going to be saying, well, you got to go live. There are things that can happen with the video. You can turn that content into paid, which will lead you to more inbound leads. It's also to understand what is something that your clients need. Because when you go live, when you do video, you understand what is working, what is not. Because you can have I have a 6 week coaching program, and I'm realizing maybe I need to make that an 8 week coaching program. Why? Because what the feedback that I'm getting is showing me that maybe I should extend it longer. Or for some of you, if you're trying to figure out what course should I create that I want to put out for others to purchase, this is the best way. You can get when you do a live, you can get right there on the spot feedback. So if any of you are watching this and if this is helpful, please drop yes in the comments. If you're watching the replay to this point, drop a yes. Why? Because now we're going to know, like, if any of us are watching this and we want to create a course, we know exactly where we could extract. Or even if you're thinking of content, again, I go back to people don't have time. Think about this. Your live can help you extract content for the next few weeks. Think about this. Um, we have a comment here from Kenny. Thank you so much. and I am so glad to be connected with you.
Kenny
It's
is very
somebody, so some of you were connecting with when we were talking about, why showing up is hard on camera. That can be a video. That video could do so well, meaning it got so many
yeah.
comments and DMs. Now I'm going to do a poll. What are major factors that are drawing you from not doing video? Have three answers and one for other. Then I can do a live, which can go into more detail to help you. Because guess what? Now I have the funnel. You have told me, you connected with me, you have commented, you have voted, you've watched my live. Now you're ready to invest. Think about that for your business. This is what the way that the funnel works. If this is one way of getting a funnel of leads. If you have questions, you can definitely reach out to either myself or to Antonio and we'll go over that.
Awesome, awesome, Shri. And what I would like to say too is that what is awesome about video is that you could go and get insights, viewer insights as to the engagements of the video, the viewership. And these are things that you would see, well, if the video has done well or if it needs to improve. You want feedback, you want to find out, like right now, we would like to know from the audience, is this content great for you? Hmm?
Let us know.
Yes, let us know. Let us know if this content is valuable to you right now. Give us a yes. If it's not, give us a no. With that no answer, let us know feedback wise as to how we can improve, because that is the only way that we could get better at what it is that we do. And I would tell anyone, whatever it is that you are doing, always ask for that feedback. It's most important. You always want to have that call to action. Hey, give me feedback as to how my video did. Give me feedback as to if you find that I was nervous, if you find I was overconfident, should I be more calm? These are the insights that you want to know. So as time go by and you keep on improving, you will be one of the best video content creators that it have. And that is the idea of the game, to be better than yesterday.
That is powerful. Also
Thank you.
understand video on LinkedIn. Let's just give it facts. You have for it to be counted as an impression or view, they have to watch the first few seconds of your video. So if you notice that it has lower impressions than your static post or carousel, it's okay because the person who was watching it needed to hear that message. Also, you want to have something that catches their attention. Like remember, it's just like a static post. Stop the scroll. Get them to get hooked onto your content, especially if they do not know you. So we are hearing the debate of we are conditioning people to watch short form videos. This is what I say. Get them to get onto your profile. Get them to stop and watch that video 30 seconds, 45 seconds, let up to a minute. Get them to stop. Get them to check out more of your posts. Get them involved in the comments and then get them to be on the live. Like you guys are here because at some point in time you connected with our content and now you're here with us and we are grateful. But imagine that for your page. Think about how many people would stop more to see what you have, and then they want to book a call with you and then invest with you.
Hmm. That is interesting because, like for example, I would just like to make a comparison. We know Clubhouse. We know Clubhouse is a audio only. However, it's great in terms of community building. But just hear this. This is food for thought. On our audio, you could basically be reading from a book, but on live, you cannot, because they will know if it is that you are looking at something and just reading out. So there's a big difference why people will more connect with someone on video. And there's a big difference why you could turn people who are viewing your video into clients because they are getting the real you. So we have to take that in consideration that if we show up more on video, we could gain more visibility and we could gain more clients, which will equal more revenue. Food for thought.
I agree. I mean, I love Clubhouse and I've connected with people with Clubhouse. But if I didn't have all of my videos, if I didn't have all of my content to support me and what I was sharing, then I don't think I would have as many connections as I would. Same thing with LinkedIn audio. I can come up and show, and we have some people who don't post all the time, but just you having content there, especially a video to say, who is this person? You could have in your profile a 30 up to 30-second intro video sharing
Yeah,
how do you serve, what it is you do, who are you serving, and your call to action. Then they'll know what to do. They'll know whether to book a call with you. They'll know to follow. I mean, tell them. Remember, tell us what to do, even in videos. Tell us what to do so that we will do that. Because sometimes we don't read the caption or we don't read the copy, but we listen. And also, I would add just before I turn it over to Antonio, add captions to your videos because
yeah.
many times we are reading, maybe we're in a place where we cannot listen to it, but we can read it. So this is why people put captions. It's because you can get more, because also there's the other language barrier. Maybe somebody does not understand my accent, but they can read and they understand what I'm saying.
That is so true. And yes, captions is most important. It tends to cry up the viewership because most people they tend to not listen to what it is you're saying, but they will watch your captions because they could be in an office, they could be doing something that they can't have any voice talking presently while they're doing those things. But most importantly, what I would like to raise is that some people get in problems with providing great video content. They don't know, well, all right, today they provide video content based on the challenges that they face or their story, but everybody love a great story. And I believe that every day we have a story. Whether it be we had a great day, that is a story. Whether we had a down day, that is also a story. Or we had a challenge at work or some issue at work that it end up resolving, but you could share the issue and then you could share also how it ended in terms of the resolvement. So I think each day we all have a story, and that's the easiest way to provide video content. Just share your story throughout each day. And it's easy like that because we love that story. We always, from since small growing up, it innate in us to hear a great story. If it was our mother or grandparents, we heard a great story and we always want to hear that great story. So going forward to be a great content creator, if you could tell stories greatly, that would be awesome because in sales to me it's all about telling that great story because let's say I go before a prospect and they want to purchase an appliance and I could give them a success story how I was able to help a previous prospect to purchase a product and they had no issues with the product and they came back and they maybe give a great customer testimony in the sense of how I was able to answer the necessary questions, the objections, go the extra mile to get them the product knowledge. So it's all great to have that success story, that storytelling, um, be an expert in that field, and video will be simply easy for you. So
Mm.
share that daily story.
I love it. Thank you, Antonio, for having me on tonight. For anybody who's on the live or if you're catching the replay, I would love to be able to help you, especially if you are a freelancer, a small business owner, or even a 9 to 5 and you want to show up on camera confidently so you can build a brand and bring visibility to what you're doing. I have a 6 week coaching program that takes you from what is that mindset? What is stopping you from showing up on camera to simple editing, lighting, background, all the way to creating a live series show like this? But if you would just rather have a 90-minute strategy call, I definitely have that. And you can come with your questions and I'll answer them.
Awesome. Sri, it was nice having you. And Sri, have a great program, 6 week course. I know that you all will be intrigued into what she have to tell you, how she have to show you how to go about video, because we need video in our lives and we know it have a lot of shy people out there. So hit up Sri. She's on LinkedIn, famous on Instagram, doing a lot of lives. I would say that I met Sri maybe like what, a couple months ago, and I
No,
am amazed.
1 year ago.
Time just flies so fast. So I seen a couple of months ago. So I met Sri 1 year ago, and I am amazed to see how she was always good. That is one thing. She was always good, but now it's like a different level that she's reached at, and I'm very proud of her. And I must congratulate you, and make sure and attend Sri's 6 week course. You definitely will be missing out if you don't do. So,
Oh,
Sri, you're welcome and have a great one. It was nice having you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you, everybody.